If you suddenly disappeared right now, what different actions have you performed in the last 24-48 hours that people would think is related to your disappearance? For the first time in all the years my wife has known me, I joined and worked out at a gym today. I feel like she wouldn't be able to look past that lol. I filled my car with gas and completely shaved my head on a whim. Wrote a giant G on my hand. Might have seemed unusual, but I just really didn't want to forget to get groceries. Didn't call my mom yesterday. Well, this is a tough one. I work as a real estate photographer where I go to remote homes in the mountains, and did some labor work on the side yesterday where I was seen digging holes in the ground. Before that I went kayaking in a sparsely populated region of Kentucky where I'd never be found. I literally just hanged my posters. That's all I did. I used a bidet for my first time. Called to cancel a doctor's appointment without rescheduling. Unsubscribed from my old optometrist's email newsletter. Everyone would be left guessing I do the same thing every day. Work, eat, fail at trying to entertain myself, sleep, repeat. My life is a boring, repetitive joke. My son caught me hiding a manila envelope behind some games in his bedroom, a big thick envelope folded over and taped shut. In retrospect it looked shady, but it was actually full of seeds that I was temporarily hiding from my husband because I was supposed to stop buying gardening supplies but didn't. Exactly. Started talking to a new person who's living in the other side of the country and the name is not saved but just in initials. You think anyone would notice I disappeared? Caught a stink bug and set it free outside the kitchen door. Skipped classes for the first time today and forgot to call my mom. Had a video game session after school. They'd probably think I got consumed in the game or something. Wouldn't be too bad considering I played The Witcher. Stole some boxes from the recycling bin at work. Appearance painted my nails for the first time since I was a teen. And got a very different new haircut, cancelling all plans for tomorrow, making mentions about language acquisition efforts and social media, cancelling a standing board games group for the near future, paying off all my credit card balances today, full balance, not just the statement balance, and only one was due, contacting an ex I hadn't talked to in many years to send a YouTube video. The fact that nobody has seen me eating anything lately, pointed out to me as I declined dinner today, cleanup of a bunch of social media. Google search history on a different ex, refilling my daily pill organizer. The moment I commented this post. So we are Aussies in Bulgaria at the moment. There has been international issues with a guy who was gaoled for murder 10 years ago or so in Sofia and just recently released, then put into a detention center and then released again yesterday, but he can't leave the country. He has been complaining about the Australian government and the Bulgarian government, and apparently there has been protests about it all in Sofia. We are on the other side of Bulgaria, in Varna. But my husband's passport was damaged by a Serbian border guard. We were lucky to get into Bulgaria really. Because of the gaoled guy it has taken about 2 weeks going between the Aussie consulate here, the embassy in Athens and the Aussie passport office for them to decide whether we could get the emergency passport. We drove 6 hours to Sofia on Monday to get the emergency passport with the 2 dogs we are looking after. I walked the dogs while he got the passport sorted. The government chick wanted to keep his current one even though he didn't have the emergency one. He said no and she let him keep it, but cut a huge chunk off the bottom, effectively cancelling it. On the way home we got pulled over by the police for normal checks. And he had to show his license and then the damaged passport. Then we find out that the car we were lent wasn't registered properly. The police asked us to drive about 100 km with them through rural Bulgaria to see their boss, and we would have to pay money. We waited for like 10 minutes, fair shitting ourselves. Then suddenly both the police come back and say it's okay, you can go now, and hand everything back. If we disappeared now I think there would be questions. Although I'm not sure anyone would know for weeks that we were missing. I'm on day 3 of a 6-day stint working 16-hour shifts on various rock concerts. I don't think it would have a bearing on why people thought I disappeared, but it sure as hell would be noticed quick. I'm on house lights and the show ends in about 10 minutes. Watch Joker. Just went on a Tinder date with a guy I've never met before. I ate a tub of ice cream, drank milk, ate cheese, ate yogurt. Made a post on social media about being stalked by coyotes. They must have broken in and kidnapped me. I'm pretty sure I hallucinated it since he's in a different part of the country, but today I thought I saw the guy who sexually assaulted me 5-ish years ago. I told my partner about it. I went for a several miles walk in the city late at night last night while on the phone with a friend who knew I was doing so. Did someone see her walking and follow her home, alone? I spent the weekend with my situationship FWB whom I regularly sleep with. I had also spent the previous weekend staying in the city in a hotel with him, where many people and cameras probably saw us together. Did he get jealous or angry and he kill her? I also called a few attorneys about suing over some botched dental work after informing the office that I had evidence against them. Did the dentist kill her to keep her from suing and ruining his practice? My crush blocked me on WhatsApp yesterday. Only 2 friend of mine knows, but they will think that I suicided for sure. Given I'm on medically ordered rest and I haven't left the house since my doctor appointment on Tuesday, I'm guessing that if I disappeared, well, it'd be an absolute mystery. Total locked room mystery. Aliens maybe. Either that or they would have figured I disintegrated into my computer chair from sitting it in all day listlessly crafting in a game. I wrangled my cat into his carrier for a trip to the vet. I swear my cat whispered, "You will pay for this." Huge feud with friends, expressing feelings of depression, suicide, and anxiety, so not too much of a shocker if I disappeared. So I actually kind of have a story about this. I was going to a zombie themed party one weekend and a bunch of us all squeezed in my friend's SUV to get there. I posted a photo as a joke, warning, bad joke ahead, something about being dead in the back of a trunk, and tagged my recent ex. Not a funny joke, I know, I'm an idiot. Later that weekend, in a random act of violence, I was carjacked, kidnapped and assaulted by 3 complete strangers. They were caught and it ended up being a crime of opportunity with zero connection to me, anyone in my life whatsoever. But guess who was the first suspect thanks to my stupid post? Oh man, I still feel so bad about that one. Think before you post stupid things, my friends. I've complained all day about it being too hot in this godforsaken place while also saying I don't want to work and complaining I haven't taken a vacation of some kind in over a year. I have mentioned a few times that I may just up and leave one day, so there is that too. Driving from LA to SF. How do you come up with a question like this? People know I was applying for a car loan through my bank. I was super excited about the car I'd found. It's the exact car I was looking for, and just knew I'd be approved to get it and all would work out. I have a large sum of money saved up in my account, and I work 2 jobs almost every day for almost a year. I got denied last night. Obviously I wasn't very happy about it. Lol. I just cashed a £500 check for the petty cashed in at work. I'm a supervisor of a small mobile security team in downtown Denver. Started training a newbie yesterday and had MFM podcast playing the whole time. Decided to go ahead and end the night an hour early without changing the paper timesheet. I've also commented to other team members about how I have been getting strange vibes being around this person. Smoked multiple cigarettes back to back past 2 days after quitting years ago. I had a mental breakdown last night. I kinda just crashed. The group chat knew. They would probably think I killed myself or something. I did not smoke today. Murdered by a drug dealer searching for weed. Damn prohibition. Messaged a dude from Craigslist my schedule and corresponding locations. Well, I just landing in Hong Kong with Reddit open, so I took a long ass nap, so maybe they'd think I was sleepwalking and went into the woods. Well fuck, I've been cutting a bunch of my classes lately and distancing myself from everyone. It honestly wouldn't be difficult to come up with a bunch of conclusions as to why I disappeared. People would suspect suicide. I hit a rough patch very recently. Dug up a really old wolf skull. This was in rural England, so it has to be old. I left the house, and not just to go to work. I was actually nice to a coworker. I ate chicken and damp waffles for supper. I stopped commenting on Reddit. Cleaned my apartment. I went to the dentist. I finished midterms. So they'd probably suspect I was out on a celebratory bender, but if they were to look for evidence of foul play, they'd have nothing. The only out of ordinary thing I've done this week is have fried chicken. 2 days in a row. Maybe they would take that as a sign of homesickness and think I went back to Texas. I didn't scroll through Reddit before going to bed the night before. Yesterday I told my best friend I would be going to Brisbane. Probably that.